That's what we do at council. Council say.
Ding, 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 ding. Good morning. Oh my goodness, it's forever, isn't it?
Well, that kind of morning.
It's not great to stay up late.
Okay, so we've got to turn this down. Okay.
Good.
Yep.
All right. Roll call, Wanda?
Director Lisa Vincent,
Present.
Treasurer Mel Blumkey,
Present.
Vice Chair Lorraine Vincent, present. Councillor Legree
Present.
He's here.
and Chair Oakes.
Present,
Okay, sorry.
present.
Where's the ones? Can you hear me, Jason?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think he can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Because I have to mute this because it echoes.
Present, present.
What do I do? Turn the
Can you hear me
volume
now?
of the TV?
Yeah, maybe.
It's this, I think. isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
okay. Sorry, Jason.
You'll still have to turn yourself, but yeah.
Turn mine back up. There we go. How's that, Jason?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Same.
We can also, if you turn the TV back up and just turn it down, we can turn his volume up when he's speaking. Well, we might have to do it that way. You know what I mean?
Can you hear us now? Or
We can also, if you turn the TV back up and just turn
Yeah,
it down.
I can hear you. Good.
Well, we might have to do it.
Can you
that
hear me
way.
now?
You know what I mean?
Can you hear us now? Or
We can also, if you turn the TV back up and just turn it down.
I can hear you, but there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Can you speak now, Jason?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
And we won't hear him unless it's up.
How do you fix that? Yes.
I'm not sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, whenever you have to speak, you may just have to make the notification to raise your hand in the chat. And then we'll turn you back up.
Yeah, it's echoing here.
Yeah, I'll stay quiet.
And Jason, whenever you have it, then you just have
Just
to
turn the TV down.
turn your volume to raise your hand in the chat. And then
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. We'll do land acknowledgement. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge on behalf of the downtown Renfrew BIA in our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for the rich heritage, the rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Any declarations of interest? No? Can I have an approval of today's agenda? Lorraine, moved by Lisa. Any errors or omissions coming from the January 13th meeting? No? Can I have approval of those minutes? Lisa, Mel?
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
We also need to do January 20th, the special meeting we had. I forgot to put it
Oh,
in there.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right, from the special meeting, any errors or omissions from the minutes that we've received from those? No? Can I have Lisa? Lorraine? Sorry, and these are all in favor. Okay, wonderful, thank you. Business arising from January 13th meeting, the 2025 budget. Did you want to take that, or are we punting that over to our
We'll
treasurer?
do it just 2 seconds.
You got it.
Zoom's gonna kill me. I have to share my screen and now I can't get it. Sorry, Jason. We're having technical issues today.
Okay.
I had it working this morning. Share my screen. Yeah. Okay, can you see that, Jason?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
All good.
you're all right.
So the budgets, so you'll see the approved budget before you. The only change I did make, you will see the website hosting maintenance went up to 2,000. And I took that extra 300 from the SIP shop saver. The reason for that change is we've had the final bill in from Kent. And his cost didn't go up, but the cost of some of the things to run the website have gone up quite
Regards
dramatically.
to US dollars.
Yes.
So,
Perfect.
So we just need basically an approval of this is the agenda you want to go with, and then it can be sent off to council.
Any questions? Comments? Looked really good on my side. I think all of our major pieces are listed and appropriate amount of money is allocated to it, so. All right, well, can I have a motion to accept that this will be our one going to the AGM? No? Lorraine, all in favor? Splendid. Good. Vacancy.
So it has gone to council for our vacancy, so we can now go up for a member. So my question is, do you want me to send that out now? Do you want to wait till the AGM, closer to the AGM? And we still have to go up for nominations and do it like we normally do. But it's whether you want to look for someone now and fill it as soon as possible, or do you want to wait till March?
through you, Chair, I think the sooner we get a request out there and then maybe try and finalize it or reinforce it. For the AGM. Especially with the new member area. Through you, Chair, I think the sooner we get a request out there and maybe try and finalize it or reinforce it.
Sorry.
Well, that makes sense for me. So let's advocate for it, but we'll elect somebody at the AGM. Okay, wonderful. Welcome package.
So I sent all of you the welcome package. There is some things I still have to fix. I see Lisa sent me stuff. Is there anything, anyone else? I still have to attach a couple links because I need you to sign some documents. I did send them to you. Is there anything else with this package so we can get it ready?
No,
Through you, Chair, I noticed in the fourth paragraph down on the welcome to the downtown business page, just second page. We kind of omitted the finance sector in there, so if we could just add that, it's, we got boutiques, food, retailers, law services, healthcare, beauty services, entertainment, health and wellness, restaurants. I think we need to say finance. We've got 4 of the big 5 banks downtown, along with the insurance companies.
What page was that on
I
now?
have the second page when you just, or actually it's the first page after the cover page.
So this one?
Yeah,
You're just listing there in the fourth paragraph.
Yeah.
and the only other thing I saw for the first part of this was, and it took me to go through the whole package to the very end before I saw an actual invite to join us. So on this, right at the very bottom where we have, please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I'm wondering if we should put in there. We invite you to join us for one of our monthly meetings or something, just to bring awareness that, you know, because it did take quite a while till the very end in this package before I realized there was an invitation to actually join us. So I just thought it might be nice to have a little bit of reinforcement on that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Everyone's good as I'm scrolling through it here. There will be, as I'm going through this, a lot of work for me to do on the website.
Yeah.
Adding all of these guys, so. Nothing else? Everybody good? That was something that was mentioned to me, so that's why that's highlighted in yellow, because that's obviously a decision. For you guys to. So I don't know if you want that for the first year, I can take that right out.
Well, only comment I'll make on that is that we don't even have a cost right now. Right,
You, coming up.
okay. Okay,
I'll leave it
yeah,
for now.
leave her for now, that's fine.
And then, so all of our. So here I'll add the links in for these, once I get them signed.
Okay.
And I'll just put pictures here and I'll put it.
Is there any way from the town's perspective? Cause it, like, sometimes we're one of the last to know when someone new will come in sometimes.
Like a staff member, you mean?
No,
Some.
a business.
Oh, business,
A
sorry.
business,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, this is great. You know, don't get me wrong, but, you know, we need to have boots in the doors a little bit. Is there not some way that when a permit comes in,
Mm-hmm.
we get notified, hey, you know, Bob's coming down?
Yeah.
Right? We
I can answer that for you.
perfect,
There's a certain point of it, it has to stay confidential until that business wants it out there.
Okay.
So that's part of the reason.
okay,
Through your chair, I'm just thinking we can provide some of these welcome packages to town staff.
sure,
And should there be a building permit and during that interaction and it's within our boundaries and someone's interested, the paperwork's there and they can get that information, then it's up to the business owner if they want to reach out to us at whichever time they want to make it open that they're looking to establish and sure.
yeah,
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Mhm.
And through you, Chair, a lot of times too, the Chamber of Commerce will have a little bit of a heads up on that too, so. Maybe if we express our requests through them as well, yeah. And I think it's pretty open as far as the dialogue back and forth.
yeah. Okay, yeah, please,
So you talked about having these books binded or something. So I got quotes for coil binding. It is quite expensive. One print shop came back to me with another suggestion, which is saddle stitch. Saddle stitch is, if there's no bleeds, it's $4 each. With bleeds, it's $6. That's them printing it, saddle stitching it, that's the whole lot. So it would cost you roughly for, I said 50 books. It would cost about $200 for 50 books and $300 for 50 books if we did the bleeds and no bleeds. So that's the price to get them done, or do you just wanna?
I personally think it looks a little more professional when it's not just stapled in the corner. It has a cover and everything. It looks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree fully. I think, but if we can. For $200. Right? That's what you said. The cost was $200. For 50 books. That's fantastic, I think. Yeah, please.
Sorry, through the chair, but
Please.
are we not giving one of these books to everyone?
These ones will be going out to the new, well, that's up to you guys to decide. They were gonna go out by email. To them, because this is what they see here. They can get this, they'd be able to click links. It's up to you if you're giving them to everyone. And then if you have them binded or whatever, that's an expense going forward. As opposed to them, they'd be in, if you remember when we have our AGM, that we have the blue and white folders, everything's in. They could literally just go in that when you're handing it to them. And we have those. I mean, the last time I bought those was 2 years ago and I'm still going off those.
We'll email it to everyone and then just the new area will get a hard copy.
The new businesses that are coming on would get hard copy and the other ones would get email, but that's up to you guys to decide if you want everyone to have one.
Well, I think I'll hop in. I don't, for me, like taking out the expansion, right? This is business as usual, and we've got Billy Bass coming in. And we've gotten notification, yes, they're getting ready to go. All right, Wanda and one of us is gonna go meet prior to ribbon cutting. We're gonna go and explain what we've got. You know, we could do a ribbon cutting. When do you want to do that? What's your vision, your message, da, da, da. Hey, here's the handout, right? We're having that conversation. That's how I'm seeing a booklet, right? Not having a new bigger cost on what we're doing here today and having some of a larger new coming on.
I would, yeah, and through you, Chair, I was just more concerned about the optics and not realizing that we had those folders, those pocket folders, which, I mean, certainly presents better than just handing them a piece of paper and it costs us nothing at this point, so, I'm okay either way, to be honest with you. I just think it looks, a little more professional when we do sort of approach when we meet these folks, if there is something a little bit more tidy.
Through you, Chair, I agree with Mel. I like the professionalism of, and the folders we have them. I think they do make a nice presentation. I think to be able to hand something like that to our new members. And I also feel that we should have them on hand for the AGM. So any existing members or long-term members, as well as any new members, can obtain a copy there as well. And then the email, that's great. I think it also should be followed up that way, so that way we're certainly getting the information out to as many people as possible and in many different ways, so that they can click the links, they can see all the additional documentation.
So are we feeling that we're, once this package is part, right? That we're going to get 50 of them made up? Is that what I'm hearing, or or are we good with what we have in just the folders for right here? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, sorry.
If it's in the folders, then I can just print them here.
Okay, wonderful.
I would just say $300. Congratulations, folks.
There it is. There it is. Any announcements?
So we have obviously Liberty Tax as a new business that's just opened at 200 Raglan Street. So we just did their ribbon cutting last week. We have another new business, Reset Renfrew, getting ready to open shortly, and they're already doing loads of online business. They're already getting out into the community. I just saw they're doing a presentation at the Golden Age Community Center. Sweets Decor celebrated 45 years in business as well. And then I met with the RUC committee, so it's the Renfrew Organizing Committee, so we meet quarterly. And it basically this committee, so it's everyone from who was at our last one. QBOPP, it's the Legion, so it's all the organizations, and we discuss all of the events, so trying not to overlap big events, which is which was actually what brought this on, because that happened a couple of years ago. And then everybody can kind of work together on the events. So we literally just met. So if you want to see the minutes and the list of what some of these guys are doing, just I'm gonna have a look.
Perfect.
And we're going to probably have a co-op student starting. So Mike McMahon came over from RCI last week to see if we'd be interested in taking a co-op. So we're going to take him in the Hive. So we will, I think it was RCI.
I think he's at St. Joe's, okay.
I could be wrong, Hannah.
I think he's at St. Joe's, yeah.
Okay, so St. Joe's.
Yeah.
And we're gonna share him, so we're gonna share the student in there between us and the chamber. And he is going into accounting, so we'd be using him for that admin. If he knows digital media, he will use him for that as well. So we have him starting in a couple weeks till June.
Nice.
Thank you. Treasurer's report, Mr. Brinkley.
Okay, good morning, thank you. So you've got the information in front of you for last month's activity. We're gonna find that, moving forward in 2025, we've streamlined the process down to 2 forms, that we'll be showing, on YouTube along with the board here. There is other documentation should be required. It drills down a little bit more, but those 2 forms are in front of us. So when we look at those three main headings, admin and ops, advertising, promotion, and events and promotion. So in January, total admin and operations, it was an expense of $82.99.21. The backup information for that, what I'd like to do is to show you on that expense summary breakdown. So what it does is it takes each line and just explains if it needs further explaining. Executive director, there's no explaining there. That's the set fixed salary rate. We come down to membership, and if we have a concern, we can look over on this other form and find out that it was the Ontario business or the Ontario BIA membership for 2025. When we come to website hosting and maintenance, the 2441, again, as mentioned earlier, that was the website renewal and licensing for our website for the year. So it'd be a one-time shot. Knowing that, that's why we did kind of increase the budget for 2025 to cover off that sort of increase in price. Rent is static. Office was 189.18, and again, that's if you look over on the breakdown, it'll just break down that 189.18 for you, consisting of a canvas split with the chamber. We shared that expense, Valley Bites for some maintenance, and we had 555 in bank fees, 79.10, and which was the name tags that you see in front of you for the YouTube, which brought it again to 82.99.21. In advertising and promotion last month, there was a total of $762.19 spent. That was all one expense, and that was for the bill should be dated back to December, but it was the live on location from MyFM for the Light Up the Square event. And we had no expenses in events and promotions for January, which brought the monthly total to $9,061.40. That being said, is there any questions, concerns, comments that you'd like to have some clarification around? No? Like I said, it's a little bit more streamlined this year to it also helps us with moving on in the meeting. So again, if there is questions, concerns, please don't hesitate to approach me. Thank you.
It looks pretty good. Can I have a motion to accept the Lisa, Lorraine, all in favor? Wonderful, thank you. Chamber report, Wanda?
Okay, so you will see the, you can purchase the tickets now for the Chambers AGM and networking event. Their guest speaker is Rod Morgan, and he's gonna speak about from threat to opportunity, mastering the art of problem solving as members navigate the year ahead. So you will have a copy there. I will need, to know who, if you're going from the BIA or whatever. And then their member-to-member program has launched with great success with along a strong membership drive. They've a dedicated board of directors continue to focus on recruitment. In the past 2 weeks alone, they've welcomed 3 new members at their higher membership level.
Is anyone planning on going to this?
The full disclosure, I wanted to just mention that I am part of the chamber business to business program. And yeah, I'll probably go to the breakfast.
I'll be going to Sun Life. You'll be going as Sense of Country. Are you gonna be going as BIA, do you think?
I don't know, I'm working.
All in favor of sending Wanda? Yeah, I do think that would be very important for somebody from the BIA to go. Okay, great. Yeah, you've got lots of members, but just to go as BIA.
Okay.
Councilman Legree, we'll pull you in here for your report of members, but just to go as BIA.
Through you, Chair, can you go?
Councilman Legree, we'll
Can you hear me okay?
pull you in here for your report of members, but just to go as BIA.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Pull you in here for your report.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. There seems to be major feedback. Can you hear me now? There seems to be major feedback.
Text them. Jason will call. I'll put him on speaker here in a second.
Sure.
Hi, Jason, I'm just gonna put you on speaker here, okay? Yes. No problem. Hang on. Okay, you're on speaker whenever you're ready.
Okay, just give me a. You can hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay, just 2 quick things. Just see, I'm getting, hang on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, just turn down your volume on your computer.
I did turn it down for some reason. Still getting massive feedback. Let me exit out and I'll just.
Yeah, that's probably best.
There, sorry about that, everybody. We're good now?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, just 2 quick updates from the town side. First one will be with the flowers and that on the main street, just to let you know that last fall we did reach out to Milligan Garden Center and they are booked and confirmed for 2025. So it would be the same company as last year looking after them. So That's good. And then the other thing, John McDonald wanted me to mention that we're looking at a economic development officer. So currently the position Jacob Collins does it. It's kind of a part-time act-out position. So he kind of looks after some real estate facilities and he does that. So John sits on the act-out committee and he has a meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. He'd just like the feedback from the board on what your thoughts are, you know, if it should be a part-time position, a full-time position. And that's basically all I have. So if anybody has any feedback on that, I'll take it back to John today. So.
You chair, I also sit on the economic development committee. And there has been discussion around this topic amongst the whole committee. My opinion is it should be a full-time person if we are going to be executing a lot of these programs throughout the town in order to develop and take advantage of the expansion of the highway to the twinning of the lanes
opportunity to highlight their businesses by offering direct access to their businesses through purchased advertising space that can feature business information, a QR code, etc. So each side will feature a location map to orientate the viewer to their location. So side A, if you want to bring that back up, please, Wanda.
You're good, Wanda.
That's it there. So this is exclusive to the downtown BIA. So the primary panel will provide the BIA with several uses. So one, a list or a calendar of events that will highlight all planned BIA activities. This will allow us to promote well in advance all activities as well as supporting details and contact information. So that is the, if you look at that upper square window, it's just a bunch of lettering and whatnot in there. Then I'll pass you down as well. So a little clearer. So what that is, and again, we can talk about how do we want to list the businesses in downtown? Do we want to do it alphabetically? Do we want to do it by sector? So with that calendar of events beside it, you think like the garage sale. So somebody comes into town, they're at the garage sale, they walk by the awareness board, they look up and they go, oh my God, there's a beer fest in the fall, we're coming back. So it kind of, again, exposure or awareness. A member's directory and their respective addresses. It could be alphabetical or category specific. And this listing should be free to all businesses in the BIA area. And it will provide location details when referenced with the BIA map. Now, let's look underneath that. And so the full size of the board will now sort of be the three streets in our downtown area. Okay, so we've got Raglan flanked by Argyle and Plant. So with this, a reference map of the downtown, this will show Raglan, Argyle, and Plant streets and will feature public destinations. So on there will be sort of highlighted where the library, fire hall, Low Square, town hall. It'll also show where handicap parking spots and public parking lots are on the back streets. The map will show directional address references and crosswalks, as well as providing a reference number that will coordinate with any business that takes advantage of a banner advertising space. And that brings us to the outside of that board, which on this model here, we were able to work it out to have 36, roughly 4x4-inch ad. So this is approximately the size of the ad that would be on the. So we'd have 36 ads around the outside. I think it's plenty of room to put store the details. The features on this you'll see is that the reference number 16, you would go down to the map and say, well, where is it? Oh, it's 16 is down by the fire hall. So referenced to the map, and then of course, QR code, anything that can help promote or advertise your business. This is important, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The banner ads will surround the outside of the board and will be available to any member on an annual basis. These ads can be used as an awareness and or provide a QR code or web details as mentioned above. A reference number will coordinate with the location on the map. So that's side A, pretty straightforward. It's really an information center. It's a map to help us sort of direct ourselves through town. This can maybe work with what Lorraine is working on with her map. Again, it's a starting point for us to talk about. One thing that I found interesting, if you look down below, I just for the heck of it put in here the potential revenue model. So if we go down and we have 36 spaces, and let's say we take the median, we say, okay, it's going to be $400 a year. That's going to give you two boards, one at Mattaway, one at Low Square. That's 14 grand that we bring into the coffers for further spending to promote downtown. So side A, pretty straightforward. Side B is the one that I kind of get excited about. This salon to you folks. I think it's an excellent opportunity for us to develop partnerships outside of the downtown core. Yeah. So this side of the advertising board will offer opportunities for non-downtown businesses to effectively reach a high volume of captured viewers on our main street, as well as those attending seasonal events at Mattaway Center. By partnering with the downtown Renfrew BIA, these attraction and awareness boards will feature space for each business to advertise and create awareness to their locations under the premise that their business location is closer than you think. So within these advertising spaces, each business can include in any information desired, and as mentioned previously, they can also use a QR code, which would help to promote their message. So this message board will provide viewers with a sort of an array of options or events or recreational areas, because when they're in the area that would normally be a destination only if they previously researched it. So think of these moms and dads that come to Renfrew, they go to Mattaway, they're in a hockey tournament, kid runs at 10 o'clock, next game's at 4. What are we gonna do? So they can go to this, oh my God, look at it. You know, we can go to Bunch of Caves, it's closer than we think, it's 17 minutes. So that's kind of the idea behind that. Now, by taking advantage of this, included in these partnerships would be reciprocating opportunities for us, the BIA, to supply these locations with a rack card or a pamphlet promoting downtown Renfrew. Again, think of things like Buncher Caves or Logos Land, where they come out of the caves, there's some brochures there, oh, downtown Renfrew, look at the restaurants we have. So again, I think it's a worthwhile sort of opportunity for us. And if we look at that, the little thing that I did there for you, it does show it. So the whole premise is behind we are closer than you think. There's a map of Renfrew County up in the upper corner, just to again orientate where they are, where they'd have to go. So, you know, you're 27 minutes to the Buncher Caves, 18 minutes to Redneck. We have the town of Renfrew there. You know what? You're only 5 minutes. Why don't you go see the Renfrew Museum with a swinging bridge? Boston Pizza, these are restaurants outside of downtown that may want to take advantage of being exposed downtown. Logos Land, Meat Cafe, just, you know, maybe Calabogie Peaks. That being said, there's lots that have to be done before this can actually take place. And so those were the talking points that I highlighted or want to bring to everybody's attention, that there's lots of questions need answering, like the size and number of the ads per side, what the cost of the ads should be. We're gonna need a sales force or some kind of marketing material that we're able to solicit these potential advertisers. Will we have restrictions, like, will we promote a restaurant downtown, know that we have restaurants downtown? And then we're gonna have to create some policy for 2 very distinct programs, okay? And then, of course, there's maintenance installation. I think what would further help us to make some of these decisions is if we could do some competitive program pricing analysis. Is there anything out there right now that's going on? What are these communities charging? We would need the town to allow us to set that at both Low Square and Mattaway. And I guess then a procedure on how best to solicit the BIA members to ensure that they're getting a fair opportunity based on the limited spaces. So, and maybe we don't, you know, knowing the size of these ads, maybe we want them bigger. So maybe we end up with only 20 spaces or 18. But again, there has to be some kind of a policy or procedure put in place for us to be able to allow a fair sort of opportunity for all the members. So I open it up for any questions or comments or further.
Go ahead, Wanda.
For the second board,
Yep.
I know we've discussed the location of possibly Mattaway. Do
Yep.
we want to put that in as a proposal before council? As the second location?
I think it's a,
Has the Low Square one gone to council already?
Low Square has been approved.
Oh, it
yes.
has been, okay,
Yeah, it's just the second location.
got it.
Makes sense for me. Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
My only piece is the backside of it.
Yep.
Like this makes sense. You know, you're with what we're talking here for revenue. Heck it. I'm either doubling my advertising and promotion budget, I'm doubling my events and promotions. Like, one of those is is doubling through this, and I'm going to say that we're gonna, you know, you're gonna write up a 3-year contract, so for the next 3 years, your budget is doubled in one of those segments. I don't know if I'm okay with the we are closer than you think aspect. If I'm only wearing the BIA hat, this makes sense from like a Renfrew aspect, but this is coming out of our budget, right? And one of my pieces would be that each one of those blocks is our event. Like, we're gonna talk about that summer night, we're gonna talk about Freaky Friday, and like, we're the ones paying for this, so we're gonna have everything that we're gonna be doing.
We're gonna be, I'm kind of don't follow you on, we're gonna be paying for that. When you.
It's coming at, like, what we're talking about right now is coming out of our budget, right?
The board. And then the advertising revenues would support the.
And that's what I'm saying, that from side A.
Yep.
You, like, our events and promotion just doubled. Or, cause our budget for that is $11,000. But we're saying that we're gonna bring in anywhere from 10 to 14,000.
Right.
So. Perfect. We're gonna do this, side A looks good. And now I've got double the amount of events and promotions.
Right.
So. Us from a money standpoint, we're looking pretty flush. So. I don't know if I wanna go out and get more money right now.
Mhm.
Cause like, side B, I'm not saying that we'd never do it. If we find that we need a new revenue stream,
Right,
we can always come back to it,
okay,
right? So I'm not saying no, I'm saying not right now.
okay,
But utilize that back to promote what we're trying to do here downtown first.
okay.
So
more,
that's
more detail oriented than what just the calendar of events would be.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
create the calendar of events on that side.
Yeah,
with more
exactly.
detail on things.
yeah. I think at least just for right now,
Yeah, that's.
right? I think
It's an option.
I really do like this. I think that somebody else comes to the table a little bit. And if anything, they're the ones gonna do the work to sell the packages. I can see that aspect, right? Well, somebody goes out and gets these things. Cause yeah, sure, but like Boston Pizza, just as them, they've made it very known that they're wanting to do things for this community, like they're doing a lot in the background,
Yeah.
right? So. I can see them wanting to be a part of this, especially out at Mattaway. But we're still battling the uphill battle of share of voice and people not knowing what we're doing, right?
I'm kind of trying to reach an outside audience with this as well, knowing that we're being now promoted at Logos Plant. So we're kind of trying to get that message outside without it costing us.
I think that's the most valuable part of this, Val, is exactly that, you know, they're promoting here, but we also have something at the Bones Arcade. And vice versa, or whoever it is, right, or another municipality, if they have an event or whatever going on. It's invaluable, you know, they might be spending money to put the ad here, but we're also doing a partnership with them, so I really love that, I think that's great.
And maybe it's something that, you know, maybe we have to hold off on the rollout of that side or something until.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, it's a starting point, so I
Mhm.
welcome any dialogue and as a board, we'll make that decision.
I'm with you, Hannah. I don't feel that we have that strong of a voice out there. That people know the ins and the outs of the BIA. I don't know if we're there yet. And here is an absolute disruption. People now have to see something. And if take 1 year and just slam it, that it's the BIA, it's the BIA who does the Freaky Friday, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's us. And I think that there's still a lot of, don't know who does it, right? Let alone all of the events what we do. And I think if there's something tangible that we can go to our stakeholders first. Because if we don't have a strong who we are, I don't have somebody at the Bonisher Caves to explain who we are. And someone has to understand what the BIA is first when they see our logo somewhere else. And I don't know if we're big enough. I don't know if we're strong enough to do.
Well, I am in agreement that we need to focus on side A first.
Yeah,
That's what we need to create
Right on.
now.
very good.
The other side, I mean, again, I appreciate the dialogue and, I don't know, go forward, we can look at maybe putting something on it that says, you know, advertise here,
Yeah.
contact the BIA
Sure.
for details or
Sure.
something.
Yeah,
But, any other comments, any other sort of questions? Yes, Lisa?
Mike, I love the idea of promoting the area. Because it's really, and I get where you're coming from, Ben, that's always been something we've been fighting as to what the BIA does and what we, you know. There's always a lot of confusion. I think the other things we're putting in place right now are very much trying to deal with that, like our welcome package. The little sort of a review that one put together about a month ago as to what we is involved with reflecting our boundaries of what is designated commercial zoning by the county, that kind of thing. And what we do and why it's beneficial to belong to the BIA. Yes, I think the public is gonna continue to be confused as to, because the public just generally does not know what a BIA is. They're not interested in finding out what a BIA is. They're never gonna do that. They're gonna be interested in is saying, okay, what can I do with my family on a Saturday afternoon in July? I think by having something like this, we're giving them a lot of opportunity and reasons to do a day trip in the area and also put feet on the street, because where they're gonna see this is in Renfrew. They're not seeing it necessarily at the Bonisher Caves, but they'll get our pamphlet there. My thought is that getting this rolled out, the second side may be a manpower issue at this point in time, and it might not be doable right away. So, yeah, in the meantime, yeah, let's promote what we're doing within, or even within the town of Renfrew. Let's approach some of the other organizations and say, hey, like, let's partnership here, because that's what our mandate is too, is just, we're trying to develop partnerships. So in the meantime, yeah, let's do that. Let's do something that's not gonna, you know, bog down as far as the labor issue until. And then once we're established, then it's maybe we'll have the manpower to go to the Bonisher Caves, to Calabogie Peaks, to basically sell them on this, as well as say, look at, this is what we've done for this year, and it's been great success. We're giving you an opportunity to participate, and we want to build a partnership with you as well, so.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is next steps on this would be to sort of, again, let's get going on developing side A so we can have this thing up and running in the spring, and I guess we'll go from there once we give this some more thought. But I am, you know, it's February, heading into March, and we want to get these in the ground and hopefully have some space filled. So what I'll do then for next meeting is I will work with Wanda on maybe a couple of different price structures. We can look at maintaining that ad size and a 4x4 on a 36-inch weighting on that, and some policy and procedures around how would we approach our members on, you know, if they would like to take advantage of the opportunity. So if everybody's good on that, then we'll go ahead and work on side A.
Mel, you haven't reached out to any companies like Speed Pro or anything who would be putting this together yet?
No,
correct?
I did. I had a very casual conversation with Gene at Renfrew Parking to
Yeah.
see what, you know, the cost would be. Again, it's there's too many unknowns to get an exact quote. Would we just leave that up to the company and say, okay, we need, and in this situation, it's a 12 by 12 on side B, so here's the specs on what we need from
Yes.
you. You know, create what you want, put a QR code, put whatever you want on there, it has to be 12 by 12, it has to, you know, whatever those techie things, PMT or JBL or.
I was thinking when we get to that side for the actual physical creation, we probably will need to know the front and the back side at the same time, because to go back and do them 2 separate times, it's probably gonna be too costly, if I was to guess, just based on working on other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna have to be one project to do them at the same time. We maybe don't know 100% what the content is going to be, but when we're reaching out to the companies to get quotes on what we'd like to see, it's only gonna benefit us to know the overall scope of the project.
Sure, okay,
Is my thoughts anyways.
okay, thank you.
I'll just put two cents in. Should we have a separate meeting on this?
Sure.
It's just dedicated to, because this is gonna get, you know, kind of chunky and we should kind of. We're talking about policies, procedures, we're talking about who's gonna be doing what.
We have a working group meeting where
Yeah,
just sort of the fine tuning happens, and then we can deal with the final decision at our next board meeting.
yeah, that looks really good. Mel, you'll run that meeting
Yeah.
for us?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll let you and Wanda put a date together, okay?
Thank you.
Wonderful. Great stuff. Okay, I guess Lorraine, downtown map, we'll just kind of keep.
Thank you. Through you, Chair, Mel, that's great, and, looking forward to discussing some stuff because the map and this is going to be very similar. Not quite as far as Matt, or as far as Mel, sorry, in his stage, but I have been discussing back and forth with a graphic designer. We actually have a phone meeting on Wednesday, so I'm really looking forward to getting some more information from her. She did send me, she's done a map before. And she already had some illustrations of Renfrew, which was pretty cool. I really like it. I think it's the vision that Wanda and I both kind of agree on. So once I talk to her on Wednesday, I plan on talking a lot more with Wanda and I'm going forward. I'm looking forward to her experience with like what the next stages are with this. The plan is then we'll be reaching out to the businesses to see if they want to advertise, their business would kind of slightly be highlighted a little bit more in a certain area, and then that will help offset some costs for the map and the pamphlet. Also was hoping to get approval from all of you that I can use a little bit of the marketing budget for these maps and pamphlets.
These are for pamphlets, correct?
Yeah, so we're making a map. Yeah, sorry, this was, I think, before you were here. that,
Yeah,
It will be like a map in a pamphlet style of downtown Renfrew in our new area. And then it will highlight everything. It'll have the phone number, great, show where they are on the map. And again, coming back with Mel, it kind of like coincides that would be something that we could put at certain locations along with, or other
that's great.
work, so. Yeah, and I can show you a version of one that you've seen. Yeah, so once I talk to her on Wednesday, and then again, moving forward, if everyone wants to be CC'd into a little bit more of this information in emails, I can absolutely do that. I'll know more after the full meeting on Wednesday.
Maybe we're able to kind of throw a little bit that in on that working meeting.
Okay,
You can fill us in a little bit more there.
thank you.
Great, good deal. Music in the square.
All right,
Wanda,
Lorraine,
Lorraine's
Lorraine's the chair.
Any,
Okay.
like, if there's no update, there's no
Well,
update.
there's not a huge update, because I
Okay.
felt like at the last time when we discussed that, that was something that
Yeah,
we agreed that everyone needed to be a part of.
yeah, 100%. I think, so, one piece that I'll kind of throw in on this one is, yeah, I'm with you there. It's all hands. I am waiting on a sponsorship package, right? Like you need to have something that's in line with everybody, right? Personally, it's I think we're still just looking to go
I was gonna say, if I can say at this point, because you need to get music organized. If you wanna reach out to one of your
Okay.
people that you had, that you talked to previously. I would just do it, because you gotta
Okay.
get, that music's gotta get organized.
Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, well, I'll look at us a sponsor, how's that?
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted, did you speak with Alan Wright about that?
Yep,
I'll commit that I'll have something by our meeting for the awareness board. I'll just be able to speak to it very quickly. Okay, that's all of our committees, new business, home show.
so the home show is coming up. They have changed it a bit this year. So anybody like us as a not-for-profit would be out in the lobby. And it's $200, but we have been offered to put stuff onto the town of Renfrew's table. So Hannah's already.
Jacob
offered.
Collins and I are going to be there all day, with the representing the town, of course. But the chamber I know is giving us some info as well, so if the BA decides that they don't wanna do full table, we can also highlight any BA initiatives or anything that you need that way as well.
Remembering that, sorry, through you, Chair,
Mm.
that the Saturday of that is the downtown garage sale, so you're gonna need somebody to work the table if you put one in on your own.
My thought process personally, because I'll be there. I've reached out to my rep. And we could get a table right next to mine. And I like, I can run it. The
You can't-
one, I mean, no,
Because the not-for-profit tables are gonna be in the lobby.
right, what I'm saying is that we pay to have our own table. For the $100 or whatever. It's $200 to, what, like, it's $200 extra to be inside. I'm not saying this is what we're doing, I'm just talking out loud. If we had a table inside, I could man it. And our main piece is then getting the loyalty program communicated.
I think what Wanda's saying though is you won't have the opportunity to have the BIA table indoors.
And I'm saying we can, all that you
Oh,
have to do is pay for an actual table.
oh, that's not how it was communicated,
No,
they're organizing it
no,
this year.
that all nonprofits are gonna be.
Right on, if you want the nonprofit table price, that's $200 and you're out in the lobby. Okay, well, I don't wanna pay $200, I'll pay the early bird. $375 plus tax, and then I'm inside. Right, I'm not saying that's what we're doing. But at least then this way, then,
I think we need to have more information as to whether they're setting it up by specific sections. Depending on the industries, because if they're doing it like a certain flow, then you have no option of even being in probably if we're.
they'll be quick.
And then the other thing is if it's double the price, plus we have to pay someone to be there. We're now getting into, payoff, like return on investment here. Because if it's the downtown garage sale, we're all working already. So, it's, now we're looking at that we have to pay a body to be there too, so.
If I can just sort of throw one thought out through you, Chair. If we have the pamphlets, the downtown Renfrew pamphlets or something all set, it would cost us nothing to put the pamphlets on somebody's table and just hand those out for zero cost. And be able to answer any questions that they might have on it.
I'm saying I'm gonna be there. And the table would be next to mine.
You wouldn't even need a table. Have you got enough room on your table to put a stack of rack cards?
So. My whole thing about a home show like this is an opportunity for us to have a share of voice. We've gone out, we've spent the money on tents, on pole flags, blah, 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 this is our time to use it. And we're in for $200, that's what we're in for. What, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, it's $200 is what we're talking about then.
In the lobby,
Well, right, but if you're gonna go,
Might be
you're already in
justified.
for $200,
$200, yeah.
you're already in. For another $200. Like, if I'm the only one on this, then that's fine, but you can have a table inside, I can man it,
I guess my only concern is, and I've been to the home show, I've been part of it for years and years, and actually this is the first year I'm not, just because the garage sale is, it's just too much to be back and
Sure.
forth. What I find, the challenge I had at the home show was I would have somebody and they would talk, and they would talk, and they would talk, and I have people go and look and wanting more information, but I'm engaged and they're going by, so my concern would be, you know, and this is your living, you're talking an insurance policy with somebody and there's not really any solicitation going on at that point, so. You know, how are you gonna man both sort of roles? But that's what I always found was a challenge, is that as great as it is, the volume is there and you got a one shot at this because they're moving on to the one beside you.
okay, so how are we going to man the table that's outside in the lobby? It's fine, we have that, so. Lorraine, with,
Oh, sorry, did you not, the chamber? They'll be there?
Chamber's not doing it this year, they're putting
So
stuff
we're
on the
just-
town's table.
so we're just gonna put it on the town's table, we're gonna hope that the town talks about it. No offense,
Well, but if we had our banner and everything there, and possibly one of us, you know, like I'm not open the day of the yard sale because I'm down here chairing it. It doesn't mean that the home show's Friday and Saturday, correct?
Yeah, Friday evening and Saturday, yeah.
I could be there Friday evening for a couple hours, you know, as a representation of the BIA with the town, like. That's the works.
well, whatever you guys wanna do. I've said my piece,
I think if the town allows us to put our branding up,
Of course, I mean, we partner for many things, right? It just
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like we're two totally different entities that are, you know, we're not like two different businesses on the same table, we're partners in much of what we do, so.
but I do like the idea of us supporting with a body and
Mhm.
someone who's knowledgeable to promote some of our programs for sure.
And I know the town, we would appreciate that, we're hoping to have two people there, you know, the whole time, of course, for that exact reason, like Mel was saying, to be able to talk, so certainly it would help us if, let's say, only one of us had to be there and a BIA member could be there.
Mhm.
Friday evening, for example, would help us with some of that shared
Mhm.
stuff as well.
I think it would be important then, if we go that route, that we have a recap of those conversations that you found you were having, so
Sure.
that we can say, you know what, maybe this does warrant
Mhm.
our own space going forward, or, you know, what was the concerns and
Of course.
questions being asked. And
Yeah, it's a great idea.
are you gonna have power at that booth?
Yes, we will, yeah.
Okay, so then, you can get people signed up to our loyalty program, you can talk that up for us.
Sure, yeah, yeah. Again, if you have any of that documentation that I can share with them, that'd be fantastic. I know QR codes, we're hoping to use
Yeah.
a few things with QR codes. So that I can just tell people, scan this, let's get you on right now. They can do it right from their phone. That would be preferred. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Any other discussion on the home show? Splendid. O'Brien Road sign,
So, let me get that. We've got your quotes in for the O'Brien Road sign. You will need to decide what you want to do for that. And what is it you're looking to have on the sign? What do we want? So we got one quote in of $29.50. Another one is the $29.51 is installed, like that's installed complete. We have a quote of $34.75, that's not installed, and then we have another one of $4,068, and that's not installed. So we can move forward that way in the spring, it can get changed and be done and get the Bride Road one finished.
Are these all members of the BIA? Okay.
All three are
All
members.
three are. So we're comparing apples to apples.
And sorry, this was before me too, is the O'Brien sign is that one as you come right into the corridor.
On
the
O'Brien
main
Road, yeah,
street
that
there,
says the
the-
welcome to
right,
downtown.
Right.
Sorry, we've got three quotes.
Yep.
One's $4,000. One's three something,
35
okay, 35,
and one's 29.
$3,000.
Yeah.
All the same size, all the same material.
Yep.
All the same logo, blah, 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 blah. And the quality of each one is the exact same.
With no installation on,
But one has the lowest one is installed.
so it's installed.
Yeah.
$3,000.
So we
Okay,
have
so we're
to
talking plus,
arrange to
plus.
install something.
Well, that's,
Seems to be a no-brainer, but I'll
Yeah.
just
so that's why I'm asking, like, is there? There has to be some,
Well,
has to be something that we're missing. For there to be $1,000 difference.
I'm assuming they would have all been given the same specs and everything. Yeah.
absolutely.
So we don't need to.
Do we, are we picking one right now? Is that what we?
Well, I need to know that. And then what is it, if you've seen that sign, what do you now want it to say? Obviously, it's gonna have our branding.
So that would include the artwork and everything, like if we gave them the vision. And said, here's what we're thinking, it's not plus plus again on these, right? No, okay.
I would suggest maybe having a separate meeting to discuss, like another working group meeting, and then we can start talking about design and color and stuff.
Mhm.
I agree. I think this ties a little bit into our attraction and awareness boards, because we want to have the same message across all of our advertising anyway, so.
And the same branding. colors,
Exactly.
And,
I don't think this will
Exactly.
take a long. I'm anticipating the Algonquin Trail sign is probably gonna be much the same here.
Well, that's a bit different, yeah, but. So I think if we,
We'll get together on Mel's meeting.
Put it
Okay.
to the marketing meeting.
All right, so then let's talk about Algonquin Trail sign.
so your Algonquin Trail sign, again, it's where do you want them? What size do you want them? What exactly are we looking to put up there? So when it was brought to me, it's about trying to capture your snowmobilers, your ATVs, you're walking, letting them know. Arrows maybe pointing downtown, but what size are you thinking? What's? And then we'd have to find out where we can put them, because some of it's town land, some of it's county. It's just stuff that we need to get.
is there any existing ones, on there already? Like, is there any existing of those things anywhere on the trail already that you're aware of?
Not that I've seen, no. No,
This was a councilman's idea, correct?
Mhm.
It didn't come from this table. So, well, you know what I mean, right?
Part of the mandate, right, to.
Yeah, so,
This is
So-
something too that the county is looking at.
yeah,
And the town as well.
Yeah,
yeah, so. Tell me the thoughts that they had. That's where I'm at.
I just think a basic awareness thing that says, like it shows a gas pump, it shows like, food.
Yeah.
restaurant, shops.
Sure.
And then an arrow like 2 kilometers, there's what, like, I don't know what else you could possibly put on there when you're going by at 60 miles an hour.
yeah, you're not gonna be putting them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know what their vision was, or do we wanna have a consistent look of what the sign across from Circle K is? Like, is it that? Sort of look that
I
they're,
think it's kind of letting them know as they're coming up the trail, you can stop here to eat, you can stop here to
Yeah.
get gas.
Or even
stop
just
here to do your
downtown
shop.
Renfrew, 2 kilometers with
Yeah,
like food,
yeah.
shopping, gas, whatever, right? Like,
Parking,
yeah,
there's snowmobile.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I think a little investigation further into this might be beneficial.
Mhm.
see what the county is planning to do and if they've looked into designs for their use or whatever however they're gonna promote. The other opportunity is that there are programs available that quite possibly we could qualify for something like this through OBTA or, you know, I think we need to be a little bit more educated on what's an option here.
Sure. And maybe to ask Councillor McDonald what sort of his vision was. Maybe he's talking from experience, like being out there and seeing signs, like just to get a better understanding maybe of what it is that we want to do. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. The
Mhm.
more awareness, the better. So we just need to take it to the next step.
Um, yeah, just the conduct policy, just we've spent all this time, you know, having these policies and procedures. We've, you know, I've had conversations with the three of you, this, you know, we're building foundations still. And if we can just kind of keep up that every year, these are things that we just re-highlight, then it doesn't give us a chance to forget the policies and procedures, right? It's all taped and we're using it. We haven't had them for some time, and I just want to have it, you know, top level, right? It's not for us. It's to get what this group is going to have. That it's just a thing that we do, right? It just kind of keeps things top of mind. So, that's really just all. That's all that's on there. We'll, biggest takeaway is just for the attraction and awareness board, we'll get a meeting set for that. Guess that'll be it. Meeting is adjourned at 9:23. Thank you very much, everybody.